3 reasons you'll probably be fat forever. Trainer Joe, why do you have to give us such a depressing title? Like, come on, dude. You're supposed to help us out of this mess.
Yeah, we want to be real, and honest with people. And the fact is, a lot of people are just never going to figure it out. But we're here to provide answers, solutions, and help so that doesn't happen. So I think, to be real, we want people to say, well, I'm not going to be that person.
So in other words, know your enemy so you can defeat them.
Know your enemy so you can defeat them.
And can I just say real quick off the bat, we got someone commenting saying, I
can't listen to you all if you're drinking pop.
Okay, be nice. But they said it's hard for me to listen to you guys drinking soda, and you're supposed to be health and weight loss. Guys, come on. This is 0-calorie stevia sweetened Zevia. Come on, people.
I think the lady thought it was just a Coke because it said cola and you could see it and it was a darker can, and she thought. And the reality is, who cares? Who cares? Now, I can see some people are purists when it comes to health and weight loss, and they're like, you should never do that.
And we get that. We get it.
We get it, but that's not us. Okay, that's not us. I think you can be in the top 1% of health and occasionally do anything. Right? So to call somebody out because they're having
it was maybe
anything.
A little reactionary.
Yeah,
a little reactionary.
I see. We're kind of health guys in a sense. And more
Anyway, you got it. All right. Well, back to it. Your depressing title.
3 reasons you'll probably be fat forever.
Wow. You don't expect to see that on YouTube.
Well, all right. Should we get right into it?
Please.
Number 1 is your plan. And I've told people, all you need to lose weight is 2 things. A plan and a commitment.
Okay.
Right? Now, the problem can be in the plan. What is the plan you're doing? You're going to eat cabbage soup for... and that's part of it. They say, I'm going to eat cabbage soup. For how long? Because when you stop...
Yeah.
So
what is it? So what is
your plan is too restrictive.
Okay. Oh.
Your plan is too... Number 1, your plan is too restrictive.
It's funny kind of to hear you say that because I feel like you're a big advocate for the anti-woke weight loss and that restrictive is actually good.
Well, we'll cover that in number 3.
Okay.
But a plan that's too restrictive, now everybody's got to decide what that means. At some point, you're going to have to pick a plan, and it still may feel restrictive, but is it too restrictive? Is it unreasonable? And I have some examples.
Yeah, please.
I've talked to a lot of people that love the intermittent fasting. And they take it to a point, some of them, where there's only 2 hours in the day they'll eat.
You're in your mind, you're like, you're putting unnecessary chains.
Will that work? Yes.
It's going to be tough to sustain.
Are you going to keep doing it? Probably not. Do you go out with your friends? Do you ever go out to eat and it's not in that 2 hour window? Are you really going to just sit there and not eat? So I would say something like that is probably for the majority of people too restricted. Are there some that would do it? And would you do it if the price was right? Yes. But in a normal world, it's like, I'm not going to do that. So that would be one. Another one is
one reason why, unfortunately, you're probably going to stay fat forever.
Yeah, that's one reason, is your plan is too restrictive.
Okay.
And, you could say it's unsustainable.
Sure.
And I do make fun of people that say it's unsustainable. And what I'm making fun of is the person that says any sacrifice you have to make is unsustainable. No, that's a cop-out.
Right.
You're eventually going to have to pick a plan that you still don't really like.
It's still going to have restrictions.
Yeah.
It's still going to have restrictions.
Einstein said make things as easy as possible, but no easier.
Who said it?
Einstein. Albert Einstein.
Anstram?
He said make things as easy as possible, but no easier. So what we tend to do is we make it too hard, or it's so easy it's ineffective. Too hard, we're not going to do it. Too easy, it's ineffective. So you are going to have to find something and then say, you know what? I think I found my plan. I'm just going to have to do this at some point.
Yep.
So another thing that's restrictive is if it's like, you can't eat this. You only eat meat, okay? Or something like that.
Hey! I got family very close to me, and that is the path they're on.
No,
they were for real.
Well, 98% of the people that say, I just eat meat, and like 8 other things, okay? And they act like, I just eat meat, and eggs, and apples, and cranberries, and blah, blah. It's like, okay, Thought you said just meat. And suddenly they realize, well, that ain't happening.
Hey.
So they bring in
Hey.
other things. I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm talking about everybody that says that.
I am, out of respect, I'm keeping my mouth shut on this one.
I respect too. I'm just saying a lot of people say I'm doing this diet when in reality they're doing that diet plus 87 other things over here because it was too restrictive.
I get it. I catch your drift.
Okay, what are some other things? You can't eat normal foods. You only eat 2 hours a day. Or you have your meal sent to you, right? What are some of those?
You're going to crap on that?
Well,
that's pretty popular.
Well, I'm talking about where they send you this little thing and it's... Who does that? Nutrisystems or something?
Isn't it who's the really good-looking actor that's like the face of one of them?
Atkins diet?
You know what I'm talking about? He's really good-looking from like the 90s.
Rob
Lowe.
Yeah, he's doing the Atkins diet with Rob Lowe. He's still good-looking, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Let's all do the Rob Lowe.
Wow.
He's still looking good.
Pay that man.
But pay that man whatever he wants. It's Rob stinking Lowe.
But anyway, so you are not a fan of getting the meals sent to you.
I am, but if you think you're not going to also eat out to dinner, and they all try to accommodate for that. Do this, but when you go out to eat, do this. It used to be the slim fast was have a slim fast for breakfast, a slim fast for lunch, and then a reasonable dinner. Okay, you can do that, but I'm just saying, can you do that like that forever? Because once you start tweaking your plan, well, now you have a different plan.
It's true.
So you're not doing what you said you were going to do, which is why I say people that say, I only eat meat. And then you find out, well, it's actually meat and 17 other things.
Yeah.
That's not just meat.
And I got to say, on your 21-day transformation, you'll get people saying like, hey, I like the eating plan. I like the food list, but can I make these tweaks to it? And you're kind of like, please, guys, for this 21 days, don't create your own plan here.
Right, and I think we're gonna have to jump into that.
There's something to that.
I don't know where this is gonna go, but yeah, people will do my 21-day transformation, and we even got that bad review on my book, and she said this is unsustainable, and so she missed my point.
Are you being a hypocrite here?
Well, there you go.
Your
so
plan
we're gonna have to talk a minute about my plan.
If they're calling your plan unsustainable, are you being hypocritical?
Am I being hypocritical?
I'm putting you on the spot, dude.
No, I'm not, because my plan is 21 days that's a catalyst to you being different. So my plan is I'm going to help you change the way you think in 21 days. The lady that gave us the bad review assumed you got to live like the 21 days for the rest of your life. If that was the case, I wouldn't call it a 21-day transformation. I would call it a lifetime transformation. We're teaching you what to do for the rest of your life. We're not. We're taking 21 days to create a Marine. So you're a Marine for the rest of your life, but a Marine doesn't have to do what they did in basic training for the rest of their life. They learned how to become a Marine. Okay. So that's different.
Okay. All right.
So that was
and some of these other plans are trying to maybe say like, this is how you got to live. Is that the case?
Yes.
They're
this
radical?
is how you got to live. So I remember my wife did the cabbage soup diet years ago, and it's like, you're doing that to lose some weight, only to go back to doing what you were doing before. So too many things, they're not going to work because you're just doing it temporarily, only to go back to what you were doing before. Where mine is different, you do something temporary that is designed to change the way you think. The cabbage soup diet is not designed to change the way you think. Slim Fast is designed to do forever. It's not a change the way you think program. The things that are delivered to your door is not, we're going to help you change the way you think. Okay. You got to do that forever. Mine is, if you change the way you think, you'll be willing to do what you need to do forever. Yeah. We do teach you along the way what you're going to need to do, but what we're doing for 21 days is not a forever.
Let's go to the next one. But guys, if you want to try out the 21-day transformation and you have not yet, a good amount of people are coming from YouTube.
Yeah.
And they're trying the transformation. If you have not yet, the link is below strongly. I've personally seen very good results. Very good results. Encourage you to click the link and try out the upcoming one. And you get to interact with Trainer Joe. Right? I mean, there's real time interaction.
I just heard you say you've seen very good results, not in you, but I mean doing the plan. Yeah.
People that have from getting to
has not needed the plan.
From getting to be around it, seeing the people that have gone through it, I've seen very good results. from a great number of people.
And I would say one reason you haven't needed to do the plan is that you've been around it for
This
so
has
long
been my life
that you have adopted some of those things.
But they get
mindsets.
to interact with you. They jump in the next group
Yes.
and weekly.
Yeah, you have access to me to a large extent, and yes, that's helpful. And you're being taught and encouraged, which takes us to
Next one.
The next one. You're not special. A lot of people think, I think I'll do this program that really hasn't worked for anybody else, and they think it's going to work for them. Or when I say you're not special, of course you're wonderful and you are one of a kind, but you are going to have to talk to anybody that's lost weight and kept it off, and you might think, well, I don't want to do that. Hey, guess what? You're going to have to do some of the things that they did.
Yeah.
Whatever they're doing, you're going to have to do some of those things, or it's just not going to happen. Yeah. And one of the things is we all hope that we're the person that's not going to have to make a sacrifice. I'm the person that's not going to have to go through some difficulty. I'm the person that's going to be able to still do these things I think I should be able to do, when in fact some of those things you're not going to be able to do them. You're going to have to give something up. Mm-hmm. And to some degree it's going to be uncomfortable. And I tell people, sometimes people are doing my program and they're like, man, this is so awesome. I love it. And I'm going to tell my brother or sister or somebody about it and what we're doing. And I'm like, I don't know if I'd recommend that. Because what's happened...
You've got to be the only one there.
I don't know if I'd recommend telling them what you're doing.
Okay.
Because what happens is they go and they tell their friend... Or their friend asks them, man, you look great. How are you losing all that weight? And they'll say, well, I don't eat after 7:30, and I embrace hunger. And then suddenly they're like, well, I don't want to do that.
Oh, I see.
And so what happened was somebody comes into my program not knowing exactly what they're going to do, but through coaching, through encouragement, through accountability, they find they can do it. But if you'd have just told them, here's a list of what I need you to do, they'd have been like, well, I don't want to do that. That doesn't look overly easy or enjoyable. But if we put you in the right situation,
with the right the community around it, where they're seeing suddenly, oh man, this person's in my group that has already lost X amount of weight and believes in this. But anyway, okay, great.
No, that's a huge point.
It's a big one.
Huge point, because they see some other people that are really in a worse place than they were, and suddenly they have this inspiration and encouragement. And I guess I can do this too. I didn't know that I could not eat after 7:30. Some people think they're going to die if they don't have a meal before they go to bed, and they see other people, and they're like, oh, y'all did that?
Yeah,
so yes.
That's good, and I've seen that firsthand. All right, next one. What do you got? What do you got for us,
We're
baby?
on the third one? Is this, are we going too fast?
Let's go. Well, okay, let's bring it back down. Here is the third reason why, unfortunately, it pains us to say this, but why...
You'll probably be fat forever.
I don't want it to be you. I really don't want it to be you, but that is the title
and your
of the
forever
video.
Is shorter. And your forever just got shorter.
Oh, he went there.
Well,
that's...
You're going to carry around the extra weight and think you're going to live the life you were designed to live. It's not going to happen. Okay, so you're shortening your life. Anyway.
What do you got?
Number 3 reason you'll probably be fat forever is you did not stay properly motivated.
Okay,
you didn't stay properly motivated.
It's kind of similar to what we were just describing.
It goes along with it, yes, which is why people in my program will tend to be like, I can't believe I did that. And it's like, well, you got motivation throughout the whole program. Whereas had you not, you'd have quit after just a couple of days. And that's a lot of things are that way. You're that close to succeeding, and if you'd have been motivated or encouraged, you'd have done it.
What was the quote that you shared with me?
I think it was a quote from Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs, yeah.
Yeah, he said, often the people who are successful loved what they did so they could persevere when things got really tough. The ones that didn't love it quit because they're sane, right? No sane person would keep doing some things. And people will look at people doing my program and say, why are you still doing that? And, well, they love what's happening. They love the result. They don't necessarily love every piece of the process, but they're so in love with what's happening and the results they're getting and what now they're seeing that they didn't see before. They're willing to do some things that normally people will say, I'm not going to do that. I shouldn't have to do that.
When you lose, 5 pounds in, I don't know, however many days, 10 days, you end up losing 10 pounds. The average weight loss is like 10 pounds in 21 days. you gotta love that. Like, yeah, you may not love every piece that got you there, but that just
You're like, I'm gonna do that again.
That's
It's like,
fun.
What? I thought you had to poke your finger in your eye. I did, but I lost 10 pounds. Suddenly things, and it's not that bad. But yeah, until your condition strikes you as severe, the solution seems extreme. So people aren't concerned enough. They aren't motivated enough. But the one we're talking about right now is you did not stay properly motivated. Zig Ziglar used to say, motivation is like bathing. You don't just do it once. You got to keep doing it. I remember I was kind of hate to admit some of the things you used to do and you considered.
Spill.
Well, it was one of these multi-level marketing things.
Come on, dude. Really?
Well, it was health product type of thing, and I was intrigued, and I thought, this looks really good. And I thought, well, maybe this will help people. And
I lost my appetite.
I started getting sucked in a little bit. Yeah, you've never gotten sucked into anything. Well, you're beyond that. So, one of their top dogs, I was listening, I was at a function with one of their top dogs was talking, and he said something that I could see what he was saying. He said, success in this business, in so many words, he said, requires that you go from event to event to event. It's a little bit like church. You think you're really going to stay motivated and excited to live the Christian life if you're not around those people, if you're not each week at a place? And I'm saying, I think that's a scriptural basic Christianity 101 is you're going to have to be around my people because you may run into trials that cause you to think, I may just want to give up on this. Ooh. And same thing here. We get so close to victory, and you're like, yeah. And it's like, no, you were on the right path. You were doing exactly what you needed to do. You just didn't have a little nudge of encouragement or coaching that got you to the next place to where you kept going and you quit. Another Zig Ziglar thing he used to say, I used to really enjoy him.
Yeah.
He said, some people are as committed as a kamikaze pilot on their 22nd mission.
Kamikaze pilot.
You know what a kamikaze pilot is?
22nd mission.
It was the Japanese. They would come in and they would see their target and they would just sacrifice their lives. They would just take their plane down right into one of our ships. Ooh. It's like if they didn't have any bombs or whatever, I'll just take it out with my own plane. So they didn't return. They were committed.
Okay.
But a kamikaze pilot that does 22 missions means they were never committed.
I see.
They were never committed enough to actually do what they were there to do. Okay. And that's how a lot of people approach. I'm going to try this new plan. I've done it. I've set out to do things, New Year's resolutions. Yeah. I had times where I said, I'm going to memorize such and such over the next 3 months, and I lasted a week, and it's like, I didn't have things in place. I didn't stay properly motivated, and I quit. Yeah. Well, that's dieting. You've got, is it a plan that's sustainable, that's reasonable? Understand you're not special. You're going to have to do some things. And then number 3 is, are you staying motivated? Do you have anything in place that causes you to be encouraged and motivated regularly? Or are you just relying on that first day when you said, all right, I'm going to do this?
Well, let me ask you this real quick. Let's get your plan, take your plan out of the equation. Somebody that is just like, what would be an example of how someone could stay motivated? That's just more general. They're on a weight loss journey.
I have an example. To me, anyway. I was downstairs working out one time, and I thought, what a good idea it would be for me, for various reasons. I don't remember at the time everything going on, but that I go without sugar for, I don't remember for sure how long it was. I think I was thinking a month, and then I said, no, let's be reasonable. 1 week.
Okay.
So I'm going to go 1 week without sugar. And I texted my family, 5 or 6 people, hey, I'm going to go without sugar for a week. I knew I need to put it out there because in my mind I thought, I'll just do it. But I realized I do enough of this kind of stuff. I'm like, I'll give up.
So you put that safeguard.
I just know, as much as I thought I should be able to do it, it's not that big a deal. I knew in a day or two, I'm going to have a reason to change my mind, to allow it in. So I put it out there, and then I had people respond, hey, I'll do it too. I'll do it with you. And that's when I realized, unless you've got accountability, somebody helping you, watching you, you put it out there. If it's just you and you say, I'm gonna run every day for the next month. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
You're not.
No.
Unless you prepare
That's good.
to stay properly motivated.
Good for you. Good for you. You're ahead of the curve in that department, it sounds like.
I've had things where I didn't. And I didn't put things in place, and it didn't happen. You know, we all do that. So we're just talking about sticking to your diet.
Guys, is this going to be you? Is the depressing, offensive title of this video
fat forever?
Will you be fat forever, or are you going to say, heck no, dude? I'm going to be one of the ones who get this crud figured out and say no and live that long, healthy life. We're for you here, baby. We are. We are.
Amen.
All right. Guys, till next time, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Share it with a friend if you found like, man, this channel is really resonating with me, and I think my friends would appreciate this. Post it on your socials. We appreciate it greatly.
Yeah, we've been getting lots of love. We appreciate that. Lots of listeners that seem to appreciate what we're doing, and
you can comment below, guys. Comment below on this, and
we're grateful for that.
Let us know what you thought of this video.
Thank you.
The direction it went. All right, guys. Trainer Joe, train your brain
and transform your body.